Hello, World Typology welcomes you. February 20th, 2022. What is ethics? The purpose of it. What is ethics? If you write this term in the search engine, then this time the internet gives us the correct answer. And this is because people who have a strong working ethic prepared these explanations. Britannica says, ethics, also called moral philosophy, the discipline concerned with what is morally good and bad, and morally right and wrong. The term is also applied to any system or theory of moral values or principles. And in Wikipedia, ethics, or moral philosophy, is a branch of philosophy that involves systematizing, defending, and recommending concepts of right and wrong behavior. The field of ethics, along with aesthetics, concerns matters of value. These fields comprise the branch of philosophy called axiology. Ethics seeks to resolve questions of human morality by defining concepts such as good and evil, right and wrong, virtue and vice, justice and crime. As a field of intellectual inquiry, moral philosophy is related to the fields of moral psychology, descriptive ethics, and value theory. But what is wrong here is that ethics has the role of an entire science. Why it is wrong? Do they really know what is ethics? We'll try to explain why this is a mistake. Also, we'll try to explain what ethics is. This is important for people who have a logic as a powerful tool, because such people do not understand the meaning of ethics and its purpose. What is ethics? It is not only the rules of politeness or tact. There is something more that people with logic will not understand. What is ethics? That's the question that they will not understand correctly. Let's figure it out. In the previous lecture, we explained that logic always relies only on existing real things and builds a sequence out of these things. Ethics is also an innate tool, like logic, but ethics is opposite to logic. Therefore, logic relies on existing things, but what is ethics really? You may guess that ethics relies on non-existent things in nature. And what can be non-existent things? It can only be self-motivation, fantasy, idealized ideas, fiction, deceit, faith, hope, love, soulfulness, etc. Ethics likes to play with various spectrums of feelings and images that have lots of variety. Therefore, you cannot predict, touch, smell, or see such things. You can only imagine, realize, or feel the emotions in another person. However, every person with a strong logic will say that there is no practical use in these things. But let's not rush with the conclusion. What is the mission of ethics? It is unpredictable, a strange thing that confuses logic. But every person with strong innate ethics knows about it better. He knows that thanks to his instrument, all relationships and quality of life of the others are under the control. What do we mean? A person with strong ethics has a tendency to manipulate other people, in particular those who have strong logic. Therefore, ethics considers its manipulations in any situation to be correct and justified. These manipulations have no goal. They contain only subjective feeling and understanding of the situation. So, it has not only the task to create rules of behavior. The main task is also to influence the decisions of certain people and their behavior. Ethics, as an instrument, likes to entertain other people. This will help to raise their morale, mood, and tone. And ethics can do it everywhere. For example, people are waiting in a formal setting for some event. Then a person with innate ethics can break the silence with some kind of joke or ridiculous behavior or play a musical instrument. Such behavior may radically change the mood of everyone. Therefore, one more task of ethics is to influence the atmosphere in a team, among neighbors, or in a family. Such people may change it rapidly, according to their own desire and vision. Another example of ethics. What is ethics in practice? For example, a young couple meets every day in the same place. The girl has a strong logic and her boyfriend has a strong ethics. This boy has begun to notice that his girl looks cold-hearted and she is thinking about something else. He begins to suspect that she is getting bored with him. But instead of asking what is the reason of her behavior, he begins to create a strange behavior. For example, he will not come at the specified time to the same place. And this will surprise her seriously. Alternatively, he can hide somewhere near and observe her reaction. It will help him to realize if she loves him or not. Such quality will make the life difficult for others by inventing some dramatic scenes and small stresses. But people with strong innate ethics think about other people, love people, and want to be around the right people. This is the only place where this instrument, his tool, can be used. But why is ethics should not be a science? Because it is only the innate tool or instrument of thinking. And again, this instrument is opposite to logic. So you may guess that it is useless to teach ethics to people with strong logical thinking and vice versa. Therefore, neither logic nor ethics should be sciences. This is because only a part of people with such strong innate instruments have an ability to study and understand such sciences. And finally, a couple more examples of ethics at work. The couple came to a cafe where you can see that there are several free tables. A logical person will prefer to silently go and take a seat, while a person with ethics will always ask the receptionist if tables are free. For example, the person with strong ethics pays for food, and the person with strong logic will never refuse to eat everything that is on the table if he wants to. At the same time, the person with ethics may be shy to take food that others paid for, or even if he is hungry. At the same time, he can politely ask permission to eat. Such behavior can be strange, cause love or anger for a person with logic. Another one example of ethics. An old, retired woman with logic will never hesitate to ask for help from children or neighbors if she needs something. While an old lady with strong ethics will always lie that she is doing well, but in fact she can starve or be silent in order not to interfere with others. Thus, ethics is a strange self-sacrifice of a person and his selfless feelings. Such people are incomprehensible, mysterious. They can be wrong or secretive for people with strong logic, but their behavior changes the lives of others. And it is usually changes the lives for the better, despite the complexity and unpredictability of ethics. By the way, in order to be more precise, we use word casuistics instead of ethics in our testing and theory. Thank you for your listening.